Alright, so the first thing I want to show you is how I make me and my husband's omelet on a Saturday morning. You guys know I love my green shakes, so usually I'll use these in my shakes during the week, but on the weekends we have our eggs. So here you see I just picked some fresh leaves, and as you notice I don't use the stems when I'm doing my omelet. Actually I missed one stem here, and that's because I don't want the stems in my omelet. So I've already gone through, washed the leaves. I've removed all the ones that had any little bites or wormholes. So these are all green, beautiful, healthy leaves. And I've already diced my onions. And you know, you can put whatever you like in there. If you like tomatoes in there, you can use whatever you like. But we like onions and mushrooms. We are big mushroom fans in this house. So, and also I add a little bit of red bell pepper. So I've already scrambled or mixed up like 3 eggs. No, these are actually 4 eggs. I've added a little bit of salt and black pepper and a hint of garlic powder and of course you guys can add your seasonings to your taste, but that's what we like in here. So let's get the fire started. I'm gonna heat up the pan. For our scrambled eggs, we like coconut oil. Coconut oil, this is 100% coconut oil from Jamaica, but you can get it from anywhere. You know, just regular coconut oil. Coconut oil in itself has a lot of really good health benefits. It's a very healthy fat. It's actually good for memory. It's good for the brain. They actually have treatments now where they're trying to treat patients with dementia with coconut oil. So we don't use a lot of oil. That's what we use. I actually like the flavor of coconut oil in my eggs. Usually we use grapeseed or olive oil, but I do like coconut oil in my eggs, the flavor. So I'm gonna get the fire started here, get the heat going while I have my eggs, beating up my eggs. So the first thing I do is I add my onions first. What I like to do is I like to scramble. I like to make sure my onions are fully cooked. So I cook my onions and mushrooms first, and when those are broken down, I add my peppers, and the very last thing I add is my spinach. See, I'm calling it spinach. This is better than spinach actually. Is my sweet potato leaves. But what I'm gonna do first, while the fire gets hot, I'm gonna cut up these sweet potato leaves. That way we're not biting into big pieces, or we're not. It is easy to mix in. So I'm cutting up my sweet potato leaves. Just coarsely chop it. You don't have to go overboard with this. This is gonna break down anyway. So that's gonna be. All right, so let's see, check and see if the fire is ready. I just turned it on, so it might not be ready. To get the fire going quickly, I put it up on a high. So, yep, it's getting there. So we're gonna add our onions in because I love onions. It's extremely good for you, but I don't like to bite down on onions. So let's add our onions and our mushrooms so those can reduce. And we're gonna add our sweet potato leaves last. So we're gonna give this 1 minute and give it a little stir. We're gonna give this 1 minute until you see the onions become translucent. All right, so now you can see in less than a minute, the mushrooms have fully reduced. You can see the mushrooms are a lot smaller. The onions are reduced, they're more translucent, and this is exactly what we want to see. So now I'm going to add my sweet potato leaves. And this recipe is actually perfect. Say it's evening time, you're cooking your dinner, you don't have any greens to cook. You can actually just eat it just like this with as a side dish for dinner, but for today we're going to use it in our omelet. So let's just stir this until the leaves are wilted. It's turned down, it's on a medium fire. Stir it a few times. See, it's quite wilted. Alright, and just like that. I could add a little salt and pepper to this right now and have it as a side. But here's what I'm gonna do. And also, my husband loves turkey. He loves turkey in his omelet, so I think I'm gonna get some turkey. Add some turkey to this. So I have some turkey cold cuts. That's gonna break this up. If you like ham, you can use ham. We like turkey. Alright. And this is what's gonna go inside of our omelet. So I'm gonna put this aside, then I'm gonna cook my eggs, and then you're gonna see how I make the omelet. As I said, this is a meal in itself. You could have this just like this as a side dish. You could add shrimp and have it as a meal, but that's gonna be the inside. So now we're gonna make our omelet. I'm gonna add a little bit more oil, but this time I'm gonna use a little grapeseed. You can use coconut, but I'm not showing you. You can use either grapeseed or coconut. I'm gonna use grapeseed this time, but that's totally up to you. You can just use coconut oil again. It doesn't matter. And the fire is already hot, so now we're gonna add the egg. If you prefer egg whites, you can use egg whites, but we only eat egg once a week, so we're having regular egg. All right, it should be good now. Let's see. Yep, it's basically almost fully cooked on top. So now I'm just gonna add our filling. All right, and what I'm gonna do is fold this in half. Look at that. Perfect. Turn the stove off at this point. Gonna let it sit for like a minute, and then we are ready. Breakfast is served. So we have all the goodness of that, of the sweet potato leaves, the mushrooms. This is just packed with nutrition. The egg itself is also really very nutritious. Let's get this on a plate. Nice. All right. We're gonna share this between me and my hubby. So we'll cut it in half. Nice to share. Straight from the backyard. Let's taste it. What am I thinking? Let's taste it. So I'll give my hubby the bigger one because I love him. So I'm gonna, this is mine. Let's see how it tastes. Let's see how this tastes. All right. So you see your mushrooms. Let's get a little more greens in here. All right. Delicious. Delicious. Next, we're gonna make, here's a little tip. I love to have my my omelette with salsa. This is something I learned a couple years back and I really love it. So I'm gonna have a little salsa on it. And whatever you like on the side. If you like hot pepper, a lot of people like there's a hot pepper sauce. Whatever you choose. I'm using two forks. So let's try it with a salsa. Even better. How's the omelet?
Excellent.
Ah, good, good.